Ada might be the one that will drop the startup cash. You don't have anybody in this world that can even start up anything, and you want to approach business the same way. It is not possible. Know yourself, know your circumstances, know your craft, know what is unique about you. Know where you are stepping into, know how you are stepping into it. There's no excuse. Do the work. Some women don't even know what podcasts are. When you're on YouTube, you're watching Nigerian movie. Do you know the resources on YouTube alone? Brain hacks, life hacks, what to do, what not to do, how to sell on Instagram. Instagram, the only thing on Instagram is Instablog and Bella Niger and Ashwebi Bella. And I don't understand. Then you say you want to blow, like if blowing is Ategun. Yes. Then someone will now come again and say, love what you do. You will never work a day in your life. Love what you do. You will suffer. Oh, God Almighty. When you love what you do, you become the accountant. That's what they used to discount motivational speakers. They don't tell you become the accountant. You become the attorney general. You become the lawyer. Absolutely. You become the receptionist. You become even the security man. They don't tell you that, so they used to miss that information from it. So, but there's nobody to help, And now the funny thing about we women is now, when you get there, what do you do to your fellow sister? You will be the only woman in the workplace, but you will make it miserable for another one to enter. They will not come, will not start to speak English. Will not be breaking the protocols one by one. Or some of you will enter that place that no woman has ever entered. You will now pack all the money like no man has ever packed it. How is another woman supposed to enter? So I'm breaking out the role of a woman in the 21st century for you. Know yourself, know where you belong, know your primary assignments, know where they called you to be. Understand your path. When you know that finish, then we go to your niche. That's where they called you to be. Who are your people? Who are you supposed to add value to? Who are you servicing? Are you called to serve? Are you called to work? What are you called to do? How do you put this in motion? You cannot be a businesswoman by mouth. There are business principles you have to know. You are doing business in 21st century. You don't even know how SEO works. See, University of Google Digital Academy is free. Go there, it's there, this night, free. How SEO works, how digital marketing works, how content marketing works. You don't know that one, no? You want to do business, you don't understand emotional intelligence in the 21st century as a woman, which is your primary role, because we are so sweet, we are so savvy. People cannot see us coming because they imagine you as weak already. They've, your Bible will say one thing will help me. So by the time you land, they will even see that you are coming. That's one we have as women. Your Bible will also call it Afojudi. People will look at you and come, but they will not know that you have done many mighty things. In the olden days, women would buy houses, buy so many things, and you will still see them in the husband's house. Like if they don't have anything, meanwhile, they bought the whole street finish. Honestly. Yeah. You have women going to war. So where did we even find that, thing of like apologizing to be who we are? I'm not understanding. Okojo Iweala that everybody is celebrating. She didn't get there by just being a woman. She knew she had to do more. If men were doing 10, she had to do 100. And by the time we get that spirit and it's strategic, and we move with strategy, not with emotion and sentiment, only then can the women force actually be acknowledged. When we start moving in synchrony, in strategy, you bring your sister up, and you sister too, don't be mad, don't be foolish. Someone takes you somewhere to start work, the first thing you think of is sleeping with the boss. How is she going to bring other women in again? Me, I don't know how to talk and put talk under the tongue. Let's talk about the one that is doing us and our role in the 21st century. The world is moving with the speed of light. So half of the time, everything is so instant. I'm still dealing with TikTok. I don't know when Reels came out. I'm still following Reels. The next day, I discovered that YouTube has story again. Please, how many places do I want to post at once? But that is the world we live in. Absolutely. Now, you want to start business. You are still looking for money to open shop in front of somewhere in Ikeja. You all have finished before I started. Meanwhile, your mate is inside the house. She has no 10 kobo, but she has that Instagram post. And she knows how to spend her last 1,000 naira doing Insta ads. She knows how to listen to other women that have been there, done that. She's not there, and all of you will now start commenting on that rubbish post. You see better women, you did not follow them. Oh. You see women shouting different things every day about empowerment, about doing good, about becoming someone better. You see every single one of them. You did not go on that to follow them. Oh. You now come and say, look, why is naked? Is it your nakedness? You will go on that one
very much, ma'am.
So I hope I've just, been able to hit it because I
just 4 minutes, 58 seconds, ma'am. Thank you for keeping to 5 minutes.
Thank you very much,
in that 5 minutes. So I just hope I've been able to tilt somebody today to understand that it can't be handed off on you are a woman, it can't be handed on to you. Go, get it, overtake, overcome. Take your domain. Understand who you are. You are powerful in itself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't come from a position of weakness. Even if you are being submissive, even if you're being obedient, understand that you are powerful. It's as simple as that. So thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Rhoda. Thank you for those great words. I'm gonna throw this question to you. I wanna ask in women words, where women need to empower through education. You said can be more than equality. We should know ourselves. In a situation whereby we women, we don't empower ourselves.
Yeah.
In
a situation where we women don't
empower ourselves. We don't
yes.
I'm coming, please hold on. So I want to ask, how can women better enable each other instead of compete? Why don't we women, appreciate ourselves? Please, can you just throw more light on that?
See, this part of the question.
Just before you go on, Ma, please. Please, can we mute our mics, please? I see Stephen, your mic is on. Please, can you mute so that we can hear our panelists? Thank you very much, Stephen. Please go ahead, ma'am.
From if I rephrase your question, what you're asking is, instead of competing, why do we not empower ourselves, right?
Yes.
Is that it? The thing is, like I said, we women need to remove ourselves from some certain illusion. Success is sweet when we are all successful.
Please, ma, your mic is muted, please. Your mic is muted. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. Okay. From what you were saying now, now, how many times would a man ask that kind of question? Do you understand what I'm saying? How many times would you find a man ask that kind of question? Who owes you anything? You find good. You don't find move. Yes, success is only sweet when we are together. Women club is easy to form it when all of us are on the same frequency or slightly above or slightly below. Now, the person that doesn't want to help in the workplace, do you know I experienced before? So most of these questions are, individually oriented, yet it comes on a bigger platform. So we can't give one answer like that to it. What I can say is when it comes to women, as much as possible, do what you can for your fellow woman. But if there's a guy in my workplace, he does what I do. Do you understand? Am I going to help him rise above me? It's not possible. So why, if you are now a woman, I should not help you rise above me, or we should be on the same level. Wisdom is profitable wisdom is profitable to direct too. So me, number one, which I said, don't let's enter anywhere feeling entitled. If you do your work, if you do the job, if you do what you're supposed to do in any circumstances, and you do beyond it, irrespective of, we are talking about women. There are some women that they are normal women. They are now Black women. There's racism. There's molestation. They were raped before. Too many things are against them already. But they still get to the workplace and overtake and do more. So what I'm saying in essence is, let's not have any form of entitled. You get to the workplace, if you can help somebody else, please do. And if you know you cannot, it's still not a crime, but let's find a way to not, ask the questions that the men folk won't be asking themselves. If I see you, you are on my same level, how am I going to help you out? We are both competitors to the same place. It's not like I'm a bad person, but I will do what I need to do. Do I know tomorrow if I help, if you go and slip your way through and me that did the LP, I land into trouble. So what we women can do is make sure that as an individual, this is what you can deliver. This is how you can deliver it. Then we have a threefold cord that won't be broken around the whole circle. You are dropping something, I am dropping something, even if you are my subordinate. You are my subordinate, you need me to help you in the workplace. Be ready to take some things off my table. Don't now come to the organization or you're a business contact. When they ask you who can do this, you are calling a man to do it and you know me. So let's help ourselves to be, to be better. So even if you are, beneath somebody, what can you still do to push the person above you forward? What can you do also to bring somebody beneath you forward? Because it goes round. What you give comes around too. Have I answered your question?
I believe so. So very quickly, the world is fast changing. I know Senator Titi is back. The world is fast changing. And there has been a lot of talks here and there about are we in recession? Are we not in recession? Today, we're celebrating the women in the world. And the theme of the global team is choose to challenge. How can women, as I'm trying not to use the word gender, because just like you said, I feel women are doing some injustice to themselves when they speak about gender equality. I think they're already positioning themselves in a disadvantaged position. But now, as women around the world, we're talking about choosing to challenge. What do you think is that one thing that every woman, especially in Nigeria, need to come together as a force to stand for in order to ensure that the women of our society today no longer are dependent on the men, but are more economically empowered? As such, they can strive and fly as much as they want to. Let me take Senator Titi to first respond to this. I'm sure you got the question clearly, ma'am. Then after that, we have Mrs. Rhoda to give a comment on that.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, sorry, because I'm using my daughter's phone. Well, what women can basically, like she did a lot of things about, because it's from the individual, you get to face the society, your immediate community and everything. A woman, like she said, has to know herself and everything, but most importantly, really, you really need to know where you're going in life. Do you understand what I'm saying? And, know whether you want to do business. Do you understand? To survive, you want to, stand on your own, so to say, because the end point is survival, because you are your own captain of your own ship in life, and wherever you are. One of the things I know that is really, really disturbing us in this country, are the policies that are so because you see, she was talking about we not mentioning gender inequality, but if you are cheated, you are cheated. Because if you look at statistics, really, like I was telling you, that there are times I'm biased. when I need a man much more, when I believe a man will serve. If something is paining you, it's paining you. If something is a problem, is a problem. So there are still some policies we need to look at. I was looking at the government. Do you know we've never had female governors in Nigeria? It is an issue. There are some things that are still problems that no matter how you try, culture is a serious hindrance, impediment. Because what is a problem is a problem. Africa and abroad, we do things differently. So no matter how you try, that's why we need to come together. But we continue to shout out through movements. Do you understand? Raise our voices. Highlight, that's why people have come together to say this and these are issues we are dealing with. Issues have to be mentioned. Gender inequality or anything, it's a problem. So we need to still, handle things like culture, be creative, we women, and carve out paths for ourselves to follow. If you want to do business, do business. If you know you are a salary person, go into whatever salary thing, but start your own niche and be creative, so you can take it from there. But as a country, as Africans, there are still things that are holding us back. And if we don't come together, put our voices together, keep shouting about it, make this for instance, I can't imagine Bola Tinubu supporting a woman. She frustrated Kofo Bokno out of my office. And since then I've noticed as the kingpin, he doesn't allow women to come near deputy governorship. If we need to speak out and challenge all these things, make policies that are favorable to women, so that we can, have places, positions, target higher and move beyond where we are. So those are serious things that are, so it's a big issue really. And it depends on where it affects you. So that's just it. Hello?
Mrs. Rhoda, please. Yes, we got that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I love Mrs. Titilayo because, she's speaking from the place of the mother, which is good. Like, she's in the forefront. They are breaking the ceiling for we that we are coming from behind. Now, that's why I said to each, everybody has a part to play. Women in governance, women in activism, that's a female doing activism, women activists, women entrepreneurs, women doing the NGO front. Now, a time will come when that ceiling that they are breaking would give way. Now, when it gives way, they need capital. Who will be best to provide it? It comes easily from we women. But now when they are breaking the ceiling, and most of us, we are busy with this social media, the different distractions going on left, right, center. How do we now benefit from what they are laboring for? Money solves problems. Money solves bullshit. Pardon my French. Politics needs money. To push a female governor in, we need plenty of money. Where is it going to come from? To make sure that a female governor stays in place, we need other women in strategic positions within the private industry. How are we going to do that? It's a game of strategy. We can't get it all once. That's why generation after generation, we are pushing the bar. Now, you have a vice president already in America that is female. We have prime ministers around the world that is female, so it's no more being strange.
After over 400 years, man.
Do you understand? On what you are looking at now, within the next 5-10 years, nobody will tell you in Nigeria where to appoint women because you would need them by fire, by thunder to solve some problems that you guys cannot solve. It's a game of strategy. It's a game of numbers. We have to, take that baton and run with it and stop. And we cannot do it from a position of, from a position of weakness. We can't do it. It's time for we all to rise up to the challenge in our front because the women in front are really, really, really breaking things, even to the point that most of them are even tired already because it looks as if that needle is not shifting. But it is shifting, it's just not seen yet. So by the time women start entering places of strategy, and how do you get to place of strategy? It's by hard work and by that sheer dominance. By removing that weakness that the men have put around us. Gender inequality is very, 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 very prevalent, yes. But one way or the other, we've started to break the thing that was prevalent. Sooner than later, we are going to take over the workforce. You have women already putting their baby milk inside feeder. The baby is going to be all right. Mommy has got to go to work. So they've reduced maternity leave to 2 weeks already, and children are doing fine. We are now becoming masters at multitasking. So before you know it, bit by bit, we will start taking over so many things. But it is also not in the taking over, it's also in the performance. So are we taking over for taking over's sake? Or are we taking over, are we getting into places to actually solve these problems? Are we going to make things better? So if we're not going to make things better, if you're going to get there and be selfish about so many things. Now look at the last answers, when they were talking about palliative. It was ourselves, part of ourselves, that turned palliative to souvenir. So, there are so many things, bordering around this, that it's an individual race, then it becomes a collective race. And which at the end of the day, talks to you as a human being. I saw a question about how do you face business challenges? Business challenge is very vague. What exactly is the business challenge you want to face? You can't face 100 business challenges at once. Which of it do you want to face? Go and become a master in that thing. Number one, so many business challenges in your front. How do you even manage the time? Are you a procrastinator? There are so many things that even come before the business challenge self. When you now find the business challenge that is a problem, you become a master in that thing. You go learn. You go now, okay, as Mrs. Titi is now, when she decides to pick a mentor among us now, the first thing you expect your mentor to help you to do is how to make the road easy for you. And so it got to a certain point. I stopped taking in mentors because you can't do the, I don't understand. The road is not, a mentor is not there to make the road easy for you. Do you know where I'm coming from? You have to do your own work too. Then the next thing you are going, now tell the mentor you don't have bus fare. How? You are not even quantifying the time of that mentor as the currency. So we need, it's deeper than we say. And this generation, no respect for the people that have gone. The other people want Soji, they don't know anything. And you, behind every Instagram page, you need business principle. Your Instagram page, when you start selling and selling out, it will give you the illusion of you are selling. It will give you the illusion of you are winning, but you cannot break that process. You cannot break that short. You can't break the process of growth. The thing you did not learn with 10 naira, you will learn with 10 million naira. It will humble you. There's no shortcut. So you are facing business challenges. Find what is that business challenge you are facing. Can you stop making money for the sake of increasing your profits? Can you stop doing advertisements for the sake of seeing growth in your business? There are times I'm running business. My advert is doing more than it should. The message I send it has gone too much, more than what I can handle 1,000. The advert is already bringing 10,000. Are you matured enough to say no to money? Are you mature to stop your business at a certain level so that you can handle that capacity it has brought in? You can learn the lessons you need to learn, then move forward. Some of you, you can't handle 10 people. And I'll tell you there's a contract, so we need to supply 200,000 people. You now raise up your hand there. How? You have not supplied 100 successfully.
Please check the comment section. We have a whole lot of questions there waiting for you.
All right, sincere apologies. We know this program is supposed to be 7 to 8 o'clock, but may we just crave our indulgence. We see a lot of questions here. To end this by 8:30. I know a number of people have said we need hours for this. So let me quickly read the question from Kemi Arowolo here. And she says, our question is, why does society see a woman doing her very best in excelling and they begin to say she cannot see someone to marry or she cannot last in marriage? Well, our panelists are very distinguished and accomplished entrepreneurs and business women. So I don't know who wants to go first with this question.
Can I go first?
Okay, please do, Ma.
This one is even very interesting. You know, at least I know along the line I've run 4 businesses over time, and I'm always proud to say some of them failed, because in failure you build character. Do you understand? And I know 1 or 2 things not to do. We women are very, very strong people. See, and you see, you find out that entrepreneurs or anything, you are a working woman, you can, that's the beautiful thing about we women. We have work-life balance if you choose to. You know, Mrs. Rhoda was saying about her honoring her husband and being submissive. Look, anybody that says that, first and foremostly, she said something about we women being very envious. And it's really, really not good. It's a very poor trait about women. We don't celebrate each other's successes. Anybody that says that, somebody that is moving forward. I was listening to Oprah Winfrey, that when you are running a race like that, why are you looking at the next person? The second you look at the next person, you lose momentum. You know, so we women, we have to learn to, anybody that is, oh, sorry, there's a phone disturbing. Okay, anybody that is looking at another person and saying that kind of comment about not being able to marry, that is a bloody lie. I am married. I've worked all my life. I've run businesses. Any man that feels that because we are moving at a pace, do you understand? You are not good for him or him, is not worthy of you. And any woman that will pass such a comment about a woman is very, very envious. You know, check those people's lives very well. They are lagging behind. So, and when you are moving forward, you really don't have time for side comments. Like I was talking about what Oprah said is about races in life. The most important thing, have your focus, look at where you're going, do what you can do, get resources, get things that can make your life work. You know, focus on your happiness and your goal. And you know, another secret thing is, do you know men, successful women never lack men. Trust me, they never lack toasters. As you are looking at me, I'm telling you, I was telling somebody, it's not a matter of mouth or being beautiful. You know, men love the substance inside women. They love it. I've never lacked toasters in my entire life. Honestly, when I left, I remarried. Yes. And it wasn't because of my business or anything. Do you understand? I will always say, as long as you believe in yourself, you believe in love, and you are very positive. If you're very positive-minded, you attract positive charges. So, and please mind negative-minded people. If you want to be a success story and you want to retain your success, please start shelving negative charges. No, please, no room, no time for anything that does not add value to you. Anything that doesn't add value to you draws you down. So you really don't have time for weight, as in weights, you know, people that pull your weight down and everything. So it's a very negative thing. I don't even like hearing things like that. Please stay around people that celebrate you and tell you things that you want to hear. Okay? So being married or anything, it can never disturb you. I've always had businesses. I've always been very engaged. Men love it. It makes you mysterious. Imagine the man calling you and you telling the man, if you allow the phone to ring for a few while before you pick it up. You know, the men love intrigue. They love, that package, discovering you, getting to know you gradually. Mystify yourself. And that's the power we women at the top, we carry. You understand? We manage our own time. We are mysterious to men. Men, they're powerful. They love mystery. And powerful women, they never lack toasters. Please. So that's a no, this thing for me as far as I'm concerned. Please, Mrs. Rhoda.
Okay. So
yes,
Mrs. Rhoda, before you give your comment, I want to add something to that question. Because when you were giving your opening remarks, and I've heard you say this, I think this is almost the 3rd or the 4th time, you've always said you're a full-time housewife.
Okay.
And we understand clearly how busy you are with Rhoda Michaels Fashion House. So in answering this question, I just also want to put in, and as a married woman, even if you are assumed to be a full-time housewife, just like you are, how can you also ensure that you are economically empowered, such that, just like you said, money talks, and then, the other French word, which I wouldn't want to say. So how can you, as a married woman or as a full-time housewife, also ensure that you empower yourself economically while you answer Kemi's question? Thank you.
All right. Like when I read Kemi's question, I swear the first thing that happened to me was headache. My head just hit down. Like, let me just summarize what Mrs. Titilayo said. You are your world. You are as good as what surrounds you. It's as simple as what she has said. Me, I don't understand that statement. Honestly, it's not a question of pride. I don't understand the statement. Your society is what you create. Whatever is happening to us, I don't have people do general talk. I don't, they said, who said? I don't, you are your world. It's what you form around you that exists. COVID has even taught us that when they lock us inside the house, did you see your world by yourself?
Yeah.
Did you see your total existence around you? So the question now boils down to you, self, as an individual. Why are you working, self? Why are you working? What's this? So you need to even question why you wake up in the morning to go to work. Is it because you are looking for somebody to marry you? Is it because you want to look appealing to somebody to marry you? I don't understand. Why are you working? Like you asked something about economic empowerment. That one, me, I don't understand too. Because as far as where my husband is concerned, I am zero economic empowerment. My empowerment is inside him. As far as my marriage, my husband is concerned. So what do I, yes. No, Miss City, maybe you are the only one that can feel what I'm saying. Problem to buy you over me. I can't go and borrow trouble that is not my own. You create, yes.
Yes.
I cannot.
Is the man now? Sorry, man. If I'm getting you right, are we saying here that men should be the spending bag in the home?
No, you see, the problem with the world nowadays is,
okay,
you guys need to put something in category. You need to box something. It makes people feel better when something has a deal. I don't understand that syndrome. Which part of I'm a full-time housewife is not understandable? When someone says she's a full-time housewife, what does it mean? The husband is the alpha and omega of the house. He takes care of school fees, he takes care of everything. Then it will be foolish of me to attack business like someone that is not a full-time housewife. Yes, now, am I making money to pay school fees? Am I making money to pay house rent? Am I making money for basic daily needs? That's why I said to each his own. You have to figure out yourself. Now you're talking economic empowerment and everything. Yes, I get the place of that. But my sole concern in Rhoda Michaels is adding value. Creating women that are women that are movers and shakers, people that understand what financial entitlement means. People that understand what freedom means. I'm not selling fashion design. I'm selling freedom, ability to dictate your life, ability to decide what you want and how you want it in the midst of whatever situation you find yourself. So by the time I sort that out, economic value is automatic. So I don't go out there looking for economic value. I go out there looking for what will create economic value. When you deliver, other things will follow. So talk to me about how do you deliver? How do you even get things done? Then you now get the benefits of it. Like I said, this generation is so used to boxing things up. One person says one thing, they pick it, nitty-gritty, you pick it and you decide it is your own. That's what you are taking, you're running away with. A young girl that makes good money, what do you have to, why are you feeling guilty about that? Husband, how many husbands do you want to marry? Is it going to be more than one? Even if you are going to divorce 5 times, is it not one at a time? And if you even want to marry 2, inside this whole world, out of 7 billion people, it's not only 2 you are looking for. Focus your focus now. One thing people don't understand is before your main business, your life itself is a business. You will do business plan. You will do strategy for your business. The main life force behind the business does not even have a strategic plan of his own. You know you are black. You are looking for a husband. Your best friends are 3 yellow pawpaw, and you are going out together. Please, who will they call? Simple strategy you are missing for your life.
And this question goes to JCI Senator Titi Kinton. It says, what is your advice? What is your advice for the rising business women facing challenges?
Well, I would, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes.
My battery is very, very low. It's about shutting down. See, I would want to say that you should be very determined. You see, this society, most especially, is very challenging. There have been times in my businesses when I've wept. Like I told you, there were businesses I've had to like close down. But hey, you know what? There's always a ray. You know, and one of the beautiful things as we women, we women as survivors, we have that thing in us to multitask. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for any rising businesswoman, I'm sure one of the challenges that is deterring us is most of the time you want to think, you know, you have so many ideas, where is the money? Do you understand? One thing I know about dreams is if you hold on to it long enough, look for different ways. I had my dreams over years, you know, but what I did, I've always believed in, there's this Yoruba proverb that says, if you look at any situation in a global way, as in, you will be daunted as in how big it is. But when you look at it from an angle, don't look at, okay, starting out big. I always say, where can you start small? If I can tell you, see, in the past, I remember starting out with my laptop. Do you understand? Your way you can have an end goal point. Do you understand? But there will be a beginning where you know the end goal seems a bit big for you. It's good to have beautiful dreams. Think of how you can break your dreams down into little operational pockets. Operational means tied to something that is reasonable financially. Okay, like maybe where you are going is you picture yourself someday running maybe a Nollywood, blah, 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 production industry and blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know, what can I do today that I can afford? Remember her SMART goals, you know, that they've been thinking about. Realistic, something you can do that is affordable. Look at your pocket, look around you at your situation, and please always be hearing, yes, I can. Yes, I can. We can do all things through God. Do you understand? And God has streamlined it into your dreams for you. And universally, as in the universe will tell you, everything is possible. So look at what you can do that is reasonable. I started out with my laptop to be training, collecting cheap money, 50,000 naira. Then in those days, you know, and at some point, I built one room, it went into other rooms. So what can you do that is realistic? If you know you can't access 3 million, think about 100, 200,000. What can you do? I'm sure your dreams, no matter how big, can be started small. So don't be daunted, don't be discouraged in any way. I have suffered losses, massive losses. But hey, I didn't die, I'm still here today. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's a very, very challenging environment. Sometimes you want to go somewhere, you won't even know how to apply. Because Nigeria, somebody was telling me, it's if you don't know anybody in this country, you are dead. It's a lie, yes, to an extent, but you're not dead. You are not dead. As long as, I believe, as long as I wake up the following day, there is an answer somewhere. You haven't, looked hard enough. If you look hard enough, there's always a ray. There's always an inlet, and hold on to your dreams. Never let go of it. That's the big one. But start from that big dream. There is always an angle, a ray where you can enter. Chunk it into smaller dreams and enter through that small path. Because I believe in reality. Some people would be running at a pace faster than themselves, like Mrs. Rhoda said, and go and start fast tracking by, sleeping with the boss and everything. It catches up. And we are spirit beings. Whatever you do, it has consequences down the line. Trust me. So that's just it. For rising people, be encouraged. Do you understand? And you can also look at your immediate, I can't go into training on how to start a business here, but look at your immediate environment. Look at your reality. Look at your pocket. Do you understand? Then look for mentors, people that you can identify with that have been down your journey. Do you understand? You are opportune. Identify things you need. Do you need skills? Do you need anything? It is possible. This is the same Nigeria that all of us are making it, no matter how small. Do you understand what I'm saying? And celebrate little successes.
All right.
Okay?
Okay, thank you very much, JCI Senator Titi Bankole. Our time is fast spent. We just have about 6 minutes more. And since I'm not saying any other question, I think we should start trying to close this. Our chief moderator, I think she's having some network issues. So the global theme of the International Women's Day is I Choose to Challenge. So we would like to close it from this area. Please, can we all mute our mics? I'm hearing someone's mic on. I think Ola Sule, please, can you try to mute your mic so that we can all hear ourselves? Thank you very much. So let me start with Senator Titi, since you said your battery is about, is low. What are you choosing to challenge? The theme is I choose to challenge. So what are you choosing to challenge? Why is that your choice? And can you just tell us one practical way how you want to achieve that? And then Mrs. Rhoda also gives us that as we close this.
Is it myself as an individual?
Yes, yourself as an individual.
I still want to develop myself more. There's still so much to learn. Do you understand? I want to be, I'm going, there's still things, business plans I have, and it's in this country, I must execute them. Do you understand? I want to make a difference. I'm still very worried about the level of poverty in Africa. I want to, make sure that, even if it's 1 meal a day, that's my target. And, a Nigerian gets to enjoy 1 meal a day. That is where I challenge. You can survive on 1 meal. That's my own private dream. I'm going to push myself to that level for that solution.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Mrs. Rhoda?
All right, I choose to challenge the challenge is so hard in the sense that this, the current generation we're in, we need that. Like Mrs. Titi said, the thing is, when you look at the world, you can't afford to look at it as a large, thing. Myself, I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly reading. I don't follow the stereotype of, like I said, I'm a housewife. I don't follow that stereotype. I have to find ways to be relevant as a human being by myself. What can I deliver? What value can I add? How can I make this faster? How can I do this smarter? I have about 5 businesses in the pipeline. I have to learn each industry from the scratch. A lot of people look at me sometimes and I'm like, see, there's Baba Olowo and there's Iyawo Baba Olowo and there's Olowo, 2 different things. Iyawo Baba Olowo might not be able to buy the spoke of a car. So I have mad respect for, the women out there being single mothers, running things, doing their businesses. Someone said 5 businesses as well as 5. Yes, now, okay. With the internet, anything can happen. My life is digital. If you see the kind of gadgets I have, Rhoda Michaels, by God's grace right now, I can teach classes from my home, to teach all my online students all over the world, to take classes within Rhoda Michaels, to talk to all my single staff. I'm really inside the company, but I am inside the company. Nothing happens daily without my knowledge. And not even because I want to be that woman that a man says stay at home. No, I also want to be there for my children. I also want to make sure they grow up right. So in the long run, it is your decision. I've made a decision to make all this easier. The Holy Spirit is my best friend. When I've got all the principles, I get to that point and I'm asking my friend, Holy Spirit, where we have reached, all the formulas finished, what's going to happen? And then I have him lead me in that direction. I can't be vague. I don't have the liberty of being vague. I don't have the liberty of solving the whole world's problem. So challenge yourself. If I started Rhoda Michaels with only 3 students, just 3, that I was able to teach successfully for a year, I stopped Rhoda Michaels for a whole year when Bese wanted to kill me. I studied the business all over again. I went for my master's, ended up getting a PGD instead because I had to breastfeed. I had so many things, you know, in play. But what was most important to me was getting knowledge, not even accolades. So you have to define your future by yourself. You have to define what you want. You have to challenge yourself. What you want, how you want to live this life is left to you. At the end of the day, 6 by 6. So the longest relationship you will have in this life is with yourself. Your husband might leave before you. You might divorce him. Your children will leave you if you don't want to leave them. They will have wives, they will have family. So the longest relationship you will have in this life is with yourself. Sit down, respect yourself more. Respect yourself, give yourself what you deserve. Think for yourself, defend yourself, love yourself, do everything for yourself, and yourself will now start to be productive for you. That is what I can round up with. I hope that is enough.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you for the brainstorming section. And this is the last question. I want to ask you, what do you choose to challenge?
What do I choose to challenge?
I think when you were out, that was the question that I just asked.
You just asked, I've answered him.
No, I think our network was out at that moment, like I said.
Okay,
so that was the last question.
Personally, what I choose to challenge is what I do. I didn't wait for women to challenge myself. My living existence is my challenging process. I do what you're asking me on a daily basis. My students, the way they are in Rhoda Michaels, I don't leave you by fire, by thunder. You must receive sense as long as you are within that building. A Rhoda Michaels students will tell you, it's beyond cutting and sewing. Even if your village people are following you, they will leave you at the staircase. You would enter, you would receive sense, you would deliver, and you would go out. You would be empowered and you would explore. I could give you something. If you give me about 2 minutes, let me challenge someone here. It's not a fashion thing because I also consult for young people too. There's this young girl that finished from, can I take 2 or 3 minutes of your time? There's this young girl that finished from a prestigious Nigerian university last year. She finished first class petrochemical engineering, and she had the privilege to meet me. And she was so confused about life. She was currently doing her NYSC. A company, took her in for 30,000 or so. And, she was complaining because she didn't know what to do, whether to, go for masters, go for this, go for that. So I now started with her, who are you? Let's talk about who are you? That question was too much for her. She actually thought she knew herself, but I said, now let's reinvent you. Let's go on a journey with you. Who are you? We now started. She now discovered that there are some things she liked that she didn't really like. She liked because the society liked it. And we started to figure that out. Okay, now that you've discovered who you are, go and write a profile about yourself, 500 words. I give you 1 week. She thought it was something, Auntie, I'll deliver it to you tomorrow. I said, okay, just go first. The first day, she could only come up with 3 sentences. She could not write anything past 3 sentences. And after that, I said, now you need to go on a journey to discover who you really are, be able to create a profile for yourself in 750 words. I've increased it. So she went, how will she start? And I told her, see, even to the smallest, you brush wardrobe in the house, find title for it, strategic cleaner, strategic developer, find title for it. Have the company where you've done the smallest IT, anything, build your portfolio and see. And by the time she started building her portfolio, she realized that she had done one president in fellowship. President in fellowship is not coordinator of different affairs. She had done one thing somewhere, she had done this, she just put everything together, and the CV was full. Then she was able to build that profile. And I said, now this profile, you are going to go and put it on LinkedIn. Now your only job on LinkedIn every day is to meet 10 random people that will solve your life problem. And give me the idea of what you would like to do with your life. She said she would like to, work in the top 5 companies in Nigeria. I said, good, thank God LinkedIn always has people, they put their job description there. Now you are going to be a stalker, go and find them and make sure you talk to at least 10. Now, it's not an ordinary person that will do that. Half person would fall at the wayside. But she went ahead, she got those 10 people. Every day she was just doing it. And to shock her, people were replying. People were telling her how to get into these companies. The next time I told her, I said, okay, you love to travel. I need you to go and find one topic about the world that you are passionate about. She went, started to do research. She now found out that she was passionate about cleaning the whole, environmental pollution, plastics and all that. She now developed, one complex, in fact, the complex thing, even if they give Lagos as a project, Lagos cannot solve the matter. And I told her this thing is dead on arrival because of the capital you would need. But then I want you to find out it's dead on arrival. Go and give me statistics on all these things. Give me statistics on plastic. Give me a research, present it as a PowerPoint. It's only somebody that is strong that can go and do all that research and come back now. And all I was doing was just psychologically setting, resetting her mindset, removing entitlement from it. She went, she did, she delivered. Then she started, a blog that got her busy. She now said that work, they don't do this one. I said, see, you are going back to that work, that 33,000. You are going to work like a slave there. Any work, anything they are looking for there that is lost, just be finding it. And if you finish one, go and ask people, do you have research to do? Give me. The next thing she came by and said her research want to kill her. I said, continue. Go and continue to research. Anything anybody is looking for there, just tell them you're available for it. Let the work kill you. She started. And I said, you see that LinkedIn, you see all the people you are beginning, you started. I need you to start looking for schools for masters too. And then I now need you to create a vision board, which she did. Now, by the time COVID started, she was stuck at home. And I said, now all this process that we're doing, I now need you to go and look for companies on LinkedIn that need remote jobs. And I need you to send your CV to at least 100 companies. Are you listening? I'm telling you what happened between May last year and December last year. And I said, see, while you are doing that, I now need you to start to pray, to ask God to direct you. What is your path? We have done so many things now. Go and ask God now. What is your path? You are doing the work. Ask God. And she sent the CV round. And now when people started to reply the CVs, she finally got a job that said she should come and intern for a company then in London, and that they were going to pay her, Nigeria equivalent was 135,000 naira. I said, what are you waiting for? And she said, but the work in the office is overwhelming for her at 33,000. I said, yes, join the whole thing together. Now, guess the work they gave her when she went for the internship? Only research. And I said, see, you see that thing I told you to do in Nigeria with your fellow workers, because they close, at 5 because in the, that's the time. So at work, she was balancing 2 workplaces, physical and remote. Now she kept doing that. And I said, see, you are going to be the hardest worker in that place. That when they decide to fire anybody, they will think it twice. Now today, that girl is collecting 650,000 naira Nigerian money because they decided to retain her. Now, there was no magic involved. She did the work.
Wow.
This is somebody that, now the company, one of the 5 companies now called her for entry position in Nigeria for 150,000 naira. I said, you see, she said, but I would love to work there. I said, see, as I'm looking at you, you see that company you are in right now, that they pushed you to the head office in Singapore. I now need you because now you're on your way out of Nigeria as an expatriate. I need you to do your very best there. Now start to look for that company's competition now. And I want you to send your CVs round. So this particular job will now be your entry position, and you will send your financial sheet of what you are being paid. There's no how they can pay you the exact thing. And you start to climb the ladder like that. She now said, my master's. I said, now life has turned you to online masters. So go and look for online masters that you register in. Did she ever think that was her part? But this is from somebody that had no idea who she was till she started. Now this girl can research anything. When she gives you a PowerPoint on stats, tell her you need to do a company right now. You want to sell pomade in Ghana. When she gives you statistics of pomade in Ghana, fear will catch you. And all this happened from May last year till December. So to that young person that is there, you want to start a business, you want to do this, you want to do that. What is even your profile online? When we Google you, what are we seeing? Do the work. That's what I would leave you. That should be your personal challenge. I hope I've been able to
very much. Those were very deep words.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We've really learned a lot. There's no limit to what we women can accomplish. Every day is a great day to celebrate the amazing woman in our lives. And I would also want us to take this home. There is nothing stronger than a broken woman who has rebuilt herself. So on this note, I would call the director of JCI, Ambassador Chukwuka Ofo, for the closing remarks. The director for SAG.
Okay, thank you very much, Iano. I want to say a very big appreciation to our panelists, JCI Senator Titi Akinto Bankole and Mrs. Rhoda Abeyo, for this, in as much as the notice was very short, they still took out time to be with us on this day. I really, really appreciate you honoring us. It's a great honor. Really say thank you. I also want to thank the chapter president of JCI Ikeja, JCI Ambassador Trisha Inalu, who has given me the opportunity to serve. Also thank the moderators, JCI Ambassador Dipo Kelly and JC Ianu Oidamola, who took up this challenge, to be the moderators. And to all that have joined this session this night, from the national office holders, JCI Ambassador Legalitos in national, the MVP, I saw MVP Tiamino, I saw the national treasurer, Gafa, and for all those that have taken their time, our past president, Olabide Akinbalo, and all members of JCI Ikeja, JCI Nigeria, and friends outside the JCI circle that have taken out time out of their busy schedule to join us this night. Thank you very much. You can agree with me that even 2 hours is not even enough, but we said 1 hour and we had to extend by 30 minutes. But we need to go. Once again, happy International Women's Day to all the women. We also join you to challenge whatever social vice, whatever injustice that is better for women. We choose to challenge it and we stand with you. Thank you very much for coming and God bless you.
Is meeting over? Are we free to go?
Yes, please.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Have a great evening now.
Thank you, Mrs.
Bye-bye.
Titi.
Have a great evening.
Have a good evening. Thank you. Thank you very much.